Today I'm going to be learning more about Finland by watching this video. It's called 49 Strange Differences This American Noticed About Finland. So yeah, interested to see these. I like to see the differences between countries, especially being British, living in another country. I notice differences between this country, Malaysia, and my home country all the time. And I like to see other people notice these differences when they move to another country, in this instance to Finland. I mean, if this is in Finland, it looks like a very beautiful place here. Tell me if you know where that is. But yeah, let's watch this. As a Finnish person, tell me what you think about these.
We spent 8 days in Finland, and when I go to other countries, I like to look for things that are different. So we're going to show you 49 things that are different about Finland, according to me, and Melissa too. Melissa's favorite time of the channel. These are 49 differences that I noted. Differences aren't bad. They aren't critiques.
Chris loves to observe.
I do love to observe. I do. The thing about differences, though, is they're good. Because if there were no differences, every place would be the same and it'd be really boring. You haven't reviewed any of my lists, right?
No, I did help find a couple of things, and I'm not sure if I'll remember what they were when they come up.
Okay, ready? Number 1. Credit card payments are super fast in Finland.
They are.
It's like you put your card there, ding, approved, within like a second. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what technology they have going on, but it's way fast.
Yeah, they have that here in Malaysia too.
9
touch
seconds,
and
10
go or
seconds in the United
paywave.
States. So that's pretty cool.
Chris knows these kinds of things.
Yeah. Number 2, they call sleds sledges.
I did not know this. Like a sled that you
That's
would
what
go
we call
down
it in the
a
UK
hill.
too.
Yeah. There's probably a term in Finnish that is something I don't know. And then when they translate it to English, they call it a sledge instead of a sled. Interesting, huh? Number 3, at the airport, they actually have lines along the luggage carousel where they say, stand here. I've never seen that before, but that is actually a very good idea.
It makes for a highly organized luggage retrieval process.
Number 4.
That one, I wish every airport had that. I just came back from the UK recently to Malaysia, and people here they stand almost on the machine. They're right up at it, so you can't actually see when your case is coming. It makes it harder to actually take it because people are so close to you. Really crazy, but this is such a better system. Yeah, I'm envious.
4.
I'm not looking.
Okay. They have grocery stores in airports.
This is one that I added to the list, and I think it is absolute genius that they do this. I was chatting with a person from Finland about it as soon as I saw it, and she was like, yeah, well, that way, when you come home from a long trip, you just pick up the things that you need for, making meals or whatever that you don't have at home, because
That
it's
makes
not like you're going
perfect
to keep a bunch
sense.
of fresh food at home
That's a great
and leave it
idea.
behind. And way you can pick it up, be on your way, and bam.
Why
This
does
one I
every
thought was
airport
really
not have that?
Hotel bathrooms have butt hoses.
Oh, like an extension of the...
They have
It's
that
not
here in
like there's
Malaysia
a
too.
bidet, like a separate thing. It's just a little hose that's next to the toilet that I didn't actually test it on myself, but I did test. You turn on the faucet and then you hit the button and water shoots out. And I noticed that on several bathrooms. So I've never seen that before. I don't know if they...
Is that only in hotels? Do they have that in homes as well? It's like every single home here in Malaysia has that we call it the bum hose. It's actually brilliant. I never actually knew it was outside of Asia that they had this, but yeah, very interesting to know you have that in Finland too.
call them butt hoses.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
That's
call
what Chris calls them.
Number 6, towels in hotels have loops.
Oh, I did notice
Yeah.
that. It was so smart, where you could just hook things up.
I've never
Nice
seen
and
that
easy.
before.
Yeah. And that
Genius
was in,
again.
like, we stayed in 3 hotels and all of the hotels had loops on their towels.
And I stayed in 2 hotels that you did not, and I believe that was true at those as well.
Cool. Number 7, in
Never seen
hotel
it.
rooms, every bathroom floor was heated.
That was a very nice feature.
It was. Even on the train, the floor was heated.
Oh yeah.
Think about that.
That
The
was kinda
bathroom
wild.
on the train had a heated floor.
Guess it makes it
must
so
get really cold
comfortable.
in winter.
It must. But then the Finnish must never have cold feet. They must go through with weddings all the time. That was a good one.
I had actually had the same joke in my head, and you said it.
Did I just steal your thunder?
You did.
Number 8. lap desks are available for use in Finland.
Oh,
So you like with your laptop, have you ever seen one of those little lap things you can put?
where it's like a pillow on the back
Yeah.
of a piece of wood type of a thing.
Yeah. Scandic Hotel had one, and it was
Oh.
out there in the co-working space, and I was like, wow, I've never seen that before. So that was cool.
Oh, so that was in the co-working space. Because I didn't notice that in a hotel, but I didn't go to a hotel co-working space.
Yeah. Which is a segue to number 9. Hotels have co-working spaces in Finland. And that was cool. I've never seen that before, but it makes a ton of sense because you're traveling and you have to do work.
Well, some do.
Number 10.
I'll be honest, this is already at number 10. I've not actually seen many of these in any other country. Like, really, Finland has so many innovative little details that just make people's life easier. Are these common throughout Finland? Have you seen all of these? Is there anything you've not seen as a Finnish person before?
They have iPad-powered OJ dispensers in Finland.
So is this like a step beyond the robots that we've seen?
Yeah,
So futuristic.
Like I was getting breakfast at the hotel, and I walked up to the orange juice. Instead of it being a big box where you put it under and hit the orange juice button, there's just a spout and an iPad sitting there, and the orange juice button on the iPad. I'm like, doop. I hit it, and all of a sudden, delicious orange juice in my glass.
Was it fresh squeezed?
I don't know.
Oh.
But the iPad handled it, so I thought that was cool. It tastes like it was fresh squeezed. So maybe there was a bunch of other iPads somewhere else squeezing, or maybe the iPad was controlling the orange juice robot.
But it was like cloaked, like the Wizard of Oz, where you couldn't see the
Exactly.
magic happening.
Exactly. There's a bunch of orange juice robots behind him. A curtain.
Pay no attention to the orange juice robot behind the curtain. Pay no attention.
Number 11. They have dedicated blankets on Finnish beds.
Oh, where it splits down the middle?
Yeah, so you come into your hotel room and it's a like queen size mattress. There's a blanket for each person. So which is really good with Melissa and I because
I steal all of the blankets every night, without fail.
Do you have that in
a
homes as
burrito
well?
Technique where at the end of the night she's wrapped up like a burrito in her blanket, and that usually means that then I don't have a blanket. So
I've been there
for that. Number 12, they have fancy food ordering machines in public areas of hotels. So it's like a kiosk where you can go up and say, I would like coffee brought here and some rolls and some scrambled eggs. Boom, you do your order on the kiosk and you're just sitting there like in the co-working space, you're sitting there working and then they bring it to you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So it's like room service, but it's to a co-working space instead.
Yeah, yeah. Number 13. This wasn't in every bathroom, but they have ladders in bathrooms in Finland. Remember in Santa's Village?
Yeah.
There was a ladder in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
I don't know why, but it was in there. And it wasn't
Yeah,
like
why?
somebody had come in and they were doing some work and they were lazy and left their ladder there. I think that ladder was meant to be there.
Do let us know.
I
if
can't
you
even
know
think why
there
that
are
would
ladders
be.
in bathrooms.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
14. Hotel bathrooms often have saunas or saunas
Saunas.
Sauna.
in Finland.
That's a very nice feature.
Yeah, and it's not something I've seen like in your own bathroom. Usually, if you see saunas in other places, it's usually just one area you go to, and it's a sauna, and everybody has to go to it.
Or can go to it. It's not like there's a mandatory. I'm sorry, but you're staying at our hotel, sir. You will go to the sauna at this time.
And I screwed up on a word. Okay,
I
I need to go to
I'm not-
Finland.
A lot. Number 15.
Hotels look amazing.
There are ladders on the outside of most houses or living quarters, like up down from the second story or the third story, and it must be a safety thing. They must
think
In
so.
case there's like a
have
fire
ladders.
or something.
But to my American mind, I'm like, oh, the youngsters are going to be climbing up those ladders and running around on roofs. You know what I
Or
mean?
sneaking out. Like,
Or yeah.
ooh, I'm going to go to a party, or I'm going to get in the car with a boyfriend who just loves me so much that my parents hate.
Let's shake it up. Let's go.
So did you ever do that as a child? Did you ever like climb up them, escape down them? Is it just maybe like if there's like a fire at home? Again, like I know from like American movies and things, seeing those fire escapes outside of apartment blocks with the ladders going down, maybe something similar to that? Or is there another use? And tell me about that one in the bathroom too. I'm still having no idea thinking about it.
Someplace else.
Okay.
All right. Number 16, cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls are cooked weird.
different. Weird has a connotation to it.
What I'm used to is the cinnamon roll is wrapped like that and then cooked like that, and you put frosting over it. But in Finland, they do that, but then they turn it on its side and they kind of squish it, and then it cooks sideways. So it's
What's it about like
you have
a
top
pan au
on both
chocolat
sides.
or something like that?
So maybe that's what they're going for.
Maybe.
Number 17, they have solar benches in public places, and then they have charging outlets in the solar benches.
Oh, that's cool.
That's way cool.
We
Amazing.
spent 4 days apart, and many of these observations came while I was nowhere near.
Yeah, I had to do something. Number 18, towel machines really suck fast. What does that mean? In Finland, when you go to public restrooms, a lot of the drying mechanisms for your hands are those towels that are in a big roll. And so you pull down what you need, and then you dry your hands off. Number 19, they have toothpicks at the table.
Hey, you don't have to walk up to the hostess stand for it.
No. Number 20, a lot of places have a reindeer on the menu to eat.
Yes, they do. And there's like reindeer tartare. I ate reindeer tartare.
Did you like it?
It was as good as other tartare. I'm not a big fan of like super cold meat,
Yeah, I mean, it rocks.
but it was
Yeah,
flavorful.
tell me the best way to
Super
eat
cool
reindeer in your
ramen.
opinion.
Did you eat any reindeer while in Finland?
No, I did not.
I
Sorry.
did.
I'm not as cool as you.
It's not.
Number 21. So, as I was walking around in Helsinki, I noticed a lot of recruitment going on where people would be recruiting for things like, well, I don't know what they were recruiting for because I can't understand Finnish. I noticed a lot of that. Number 22.
Yeah, tell me what is that for? Is there a lot of job availability in Finland? Are they always looking for people to work there? What type of job would that actually be, or what are they actually doing? Tell me if you've ever got a job that way.
They don't cut your pizza.
Oh, well, we've noticed this other places though.
Do I have to take it off the list? Because
You're the creator and rule maker of
I
the
really
list.
want to have 49.
This we've seen in Portugal too, and in Canada.
All right, but
Remember
it
when
had
we
to
were
be
given the scissors?
it had to be brought up. So yeah, number 23. They have Red Wing footballs.
Made by the Red Wing brand in Minnesota, or
Yep.
something else.
Red Wing shoe brand footballs, or at least one football.
Is it a football that's like a soccer ball to
No,
us?
it is a football.
So it's an American football made by Red Wing Shoes in Minnesota that you saw while in Finland.
Yes.
I have that right.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, that is amazing. Number 24. They have pastries that look like plaster.
Huh.
Do you want to see it?
That's okay.
Ooh, what's that? Is that meringue?
Number
or something?
25. In hotel bathrooms, in the little garbage in your bathroom, they use paper bags. I've never seen that before.
Is that
Number
for
26.
the environment,
in
I guess?
restaurants, I've noticed there's a lot of pay at the counter. So you walk into like a brew pub. I went into a brew pub. It looked like this would be kind of a place you'd go in, take a seat. A waitress would come up, take your order. Not in Finland. Most places I noticed, you go to the counter, you say what you want, and you go sit down and they give you a number. So
Yeah, that's
you know,
a
we
lot more
went to
common
some
in
restaurants
Scotland
where
as
it
well,
was
actually.
what we're used to, but it seemed like there was a lot more of that in Finland.
I don't think I experienced that except for at the gin distillery, but then it wasn't a surprise. But then I think we also had the option to just sit down. I don't know. Again, we were in different places, so.
Yes, I was doing this intense research. Number 27, this one is Melissa's. You want to read this one, honey?
Oh, they have sauna boats. Or more accurately, I was on a sauna raft. And from the sauna raft, I got to jump off in a red dry suit and float. And then, oh, that was so nice. And then I got back into the boat and went to the sauna.
I don't think there are sauna boats
Saunas
I've never been on one
everywhere.
before.
in the USA. Number 28, this one is another obscure one, but I've noticed it. There's a great chance you just might see shiny people walking down the street. I was sitting there eating a burger and just looking out the window. I was like, what is that? And I had to get my camera out and I filmed it. Shiny people.
Were they dancing?
No, they were just walking.
What
And
is
they were
that then? Is
walking
that like
away
some
from
sort
me,
of
and they were-
traditional
And they
attire?
were a long way off.
And you could notice that they shone.
They just, it was very interesting, as the video shows. See, video
A lot of
helps
detail.
everything, honey.
Video killed the radio star.
Number 29. Finland is really good with directions and getting around.
That is nice.
Although, here is one example of where it's a little bit too much. Essentially, I was in a bathroom. It was a tiny bathroom, and there was one door to get into the bathroom, one door to get out, and they had a sign on the door to get out, exit. Like you wouldn't have known, because it was tiny. It wasn't.
And it was
like,
the only door,
it was
right?
the only door.
Because you said one door to get in, one door to get out. But you're saying there's one door
Yeah.
for getting in and out.
Yeah. And it said exit on it.
Wonder if they took
Number
that door
30.
from somewhere else
A
or
lot
something.
of public restrooms are controlled by phone, meaning if you want access to the public restroom, you have to dial a phone number.
That is different.
That is.
So do you have to pay? So let's say price €1.25. Is that expensive? Do you think that's expensive? I kind of think it is. Make a call, read the QR code, buzzer will ring, indicator light will be late, use the handle to open, service will be charged on your mobile invoice. Okay, what sort of place would have a bathroom like this? Is it like a train station? Is it just all public bathrooms are like that?
And pretty cool, because I did it once and it worked. Number 31. This one Melissa loves. They sell booze at Starbucks.
Well, I don't love that. What does
Okay.
that make me sound
I
like?
kinda like
I
it.
noticed it. I
You know
didn't
what?
buy any booze at
I
the
love
Starbucks.
it. I love it.
Well, now that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just that the fact I can go and get a coffee and a brew, that's a pretty cool thing. Number 32. We needed to get to 49. Starbucks serves fresh cheese bagels. And it's kind of like cream cheese, but it's called fresh cheese.
Well, it's super good.
And usually if you order a bagel in the States, they don't put the cheese on it, they just give it to you on the side. And they don't call it fresh cheese. So that's the difference. It was pretty good too. Number 33, honey. Are you excited?
I am.
They have newspapers on poles in Finland.
Were they like on wooden poles with a
Yeah,
stick where you could
yeah,
rotate them?
yeah.
We had those in my journalism class in high school.
Yeah, but it's new nowadays. I haven't seen that. a
I have
newspaper on
never
a
seen
pole
that in my life.
in probably 30 years. So I think it can count as something new now.
Where were you at when you saw it?
We were at that one restaurant, the first little restaurant we went to.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
that?
Yeah.
Number 34. They have ergonomic high chairs for kids. It's like they really thought about the design of the chair for the little kid. Because in the United States, it's just boxy and it looks really uncomfortable.
I'm going to say it as a parent, that one is actually not ideal for me. Knowing my children, know my daughter who uses this now, my son's a bit old now, but they climb out of it so easy. I just want that cheap IKEA high chair where you can strap them in, they can't get out. My daughter is so active that she's always trying to climb out. If we got her strapped down, then she can't get out. This one she'll get out of within 10 seconds, I would say, maybe less.
The chair for the little kid. Because in the United States, it's just boxy and it looks really uncomfortable.
Right. It's like in the United States, they're thinking, let's make sure they're stackable so that we can get them out of the way.
Number 35. All newborn babies get a baby box.
That's something that
It
happens
is
in
the coolest
Scotland as
thing.
well.
I
actually.
read about it
Really good.
before we were in Finland, and then we saw it when we were at the design museum. Like when a baby is born, and it doesn't matter how much the parents make, they get a baby box. And inside of this baby box is everything that the child needs. And the baby box can be made into the baby's first crib,
It sounds very
getting the
convenient.
baby started in the world.
Because there's lots of things to think about when you have a newborn, and the fact they give you a box with all babies should get a box of goodies.
Yes.
Number 36. There are a lot of karaoke bars in Helsinki.
Did you go to one?
I did not go to one. I just noticed several of them. Number 30.
That's interesting as well, like, because obviously from what I've learned, they say like Finnish people are a bit more introverted, so I thought maybe karaoke would not be something people enjoy, but is that something you enjoy? Like, I'm an introvert. I cannot, like, my worst nightmare is doing karaoke, not only because of my introverted nature, but my voice is just not acceptable for singing. It just cannot do it. Tell me if you enjoy karaoke, if you've been to one of these before.
7. So when you're driving through Helsinki or Finland and you notice like a office building or a building, they all have the company's logos on the outside, and it's their actual logos in their actual colors. And okay, signage isn't that big of a deal, but I notice it's different here. Like in the States, a lot of times you have to conform to the color scheme of a building.
Oh, okay.
But in Finland, no matter where we were, they would have the logos in the colors of the company out on the outside of the
That's
building.
quite interesting,
On
actually.
all the buildings. I thought it
Looks
was
quite
very
unique.
interesting. All right, let's move. Oh, we are just mixing it up.
Ow!
What happened? Did I hurt you?
Oh.
Number 38. They really take design seriously in Finland. So much so, they have a museum dedicated to it. Just design, design, design.
I don't know if that's unique to Finland.
But it's a big deal. So that's
Yes.
unique. I thought that was like to talk about design. Because really design, it makes a lot of sense to put some effort into it. For instance, like the making of a chair. It went through like tons of steps, 3 different people, and all kinds of considerations. And it was like, at the end, when I was reading it, it's like, oh yeah, that makes way more sense. And I sat in the chair and it was super comfortable too. So
They know what they're doing.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's one thing I do like about Finland is the importance of interesting, unique design, architecture. From what I've learned, anyway, I think I said it in one of my earlier videos. I enjoy watching Finnish detective shows. I've watched a lot of them, and as much as I love the excitement of the show itself, one of my favourite things about it is seeing inside people's houses on these shows. They're always so trendy, so fashionable, awesomely designed furniture and things like that. So it's like, as much as I like seeing the detectives work on cases, I like to just be nosy inside the houses, see what people live like.
Number 39. They're really happy in Finland.
Now, if you ask a Finnish person, they will deny that.
Yeah?
Many will. I learned that when a person says, "How are you?" the standard response is nothing more than a misery or nothing more than misery. What I was told is that their expectations are low. They do not have an expression that says in the pursuit of happiness. Like, that's not the way it is.
But they're
Like,
so
did you
happy.
notice, like, do you have recordings of happy people?
No, it's just that they've been declared the most happy country. And
Well, the happiest country in the world.
yeah, I thought I had to bring it up. How many times do you get to go to the happiest country, right?
It was nice.
Do you feel happy? Do you think
Number
that's
40,
fair?
this has an asterisk. It never gets dark in Finland in some places
In the summertime.
in the summertime. And then it never gets like, the sun never comes up in the dead of winter above the Arctic Circle as well.
Although folks I talked to said that it still feels really light.
Number 41, it's very quiet in Finland. Like we notice going to public places, and it's usually not loud people.
It's nice.
They keep to themselves.
Their conversations are at table conversation levels.
Yeah.
Not let's share with the entire restaurant the thoughts that we have in our minds because everybody needs to know.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that all over the world, except for in Finland.
Yeah.
Although then I kind of worried if I was being the loudest person in the place.
Really?
I worried about it. I doubt that I was because I'm usually not that loud.
I don't think you, and it's usually you're talking to me, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think you talk that loud.
Yeah.
So you're all right.
Your hearing's still okay?
What?
Ah.
Number
That's actually something I noticed when I went to Korea earlier in the year. We were on public transport and the whole train was packed, but it was like a deadly silence. Not one person spoke. There was no noise apart from the train, which was even quiet in itself. And we had 2 young children, a 4-year-old. My daughter was 1 at the time. And we were just trying to keep them quiet going from the airport to the city. It was about 1 hour. It was so stressful trying to keep them quiet, man. Because my children are quite noisy, man. They're just very talkative, make a lot of noise. We're trying to keep them quiet. How do you deal with having children in a quiet place like that? Is it difficult? Are children generally quieter as well in Finland? Do you ever have any stressful moments trying to keep your children quiet in quiet places?
Number 42, lead singers wear inflatables on their arm, floaties on their arms.
Did you notice multiple lead singers doing this or just one?
Just one, but I've never seen it before, so.
Overreaching.
Number 43. Drummers in bands in Finland look like Dana Carvey.
One drummer in Finland looks like Dana Carvey.
But again, I've got video, so here it is. Number 44. They make candy out of pine tar in Finland.
I don't even know what
Made
pine
with
tar is.
Oh. It smells like tar.
It also smells like pine though, too. Oh, it's like,
No,
yeah, you get it.
There's
So
your,
it's like a hard candy.
yeah, it's like a hard candy.
Is it good?
Okay, I'm going to enjoy this. Kind of smells like pine, kind of smells like
Oh, weird.
smoke, kind
Yeah.
of smells like burnt road.
Yeah. Ready?
Cheers.
Burnt road? Pine tar? I've not even heard of pine tar. Is that a common thing? Mixing pine and tar, is it?
It's not bad. It gets a little weird. The flavors are layered.
Here's what I think. If I was driving down the road and I was really tired and bored, I would consume these just to pass time. And they're interesting enough that they keep me entertained.
Because at one moment it's a little mentholy,
Yeah.
you know? I think that's gotta be the pine flavor.
Weird.
I don't know that we'll finish those.
Like I say, we'll save them for when I'm driving down a 2,000-mile road.
What's the next candy on the list, Chris?
Number 45. They have a candy bar named Jim. Just Jim.
I think you're on your own on this one.
Okay, here it is. It's a candy bar. There we go. Oh,
What flavor is that?
I don't know.
Is it coconutty, minty,
It's not coconutty. It's not minty.
marshmallow?
Yep. Kind of marshmallow. Different. I don't know if I like Jim. Number 46. They have a candy bar named
Tell me more about
Da
that.
Capo.
Amazing.
Ooh,
Both
yes.
are by the same brand, Phaser.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Interesting
I
names.
noticed like Phaser, they actually have a lot of different candies. And we would have a whole candy video if I would have gotten all their candies I'd never seen before. It just looks like just chocolate. It's kind of chewy. So it's not just chocolate. It's kind of like fudge, but a little gummier than fudge.
Is it like Turkish delight fudge?
No.
Maybe like caramel
good.
or something?
So far, it's the best thing. Da Capo. Number 47. They have a candy bar named Souffle. Insert video here.
Souffle.
Number 48. They really like black licorice in Finland. They have a lot of black licorice treats. So we actually have 2 black licorice treats here.
Now this one is just plain old
Salmiakki.
black licorice, but I think this one's like a salted black licorice. Yeah, this is salty licorice sweets.
Oh,
Oh, they've got the Finnish flag on there.
yeah.
Authentic Finnish treat.
They're tiny.
Pepper.
Oh, and they're not hard candy. They're kind of soft,
Well, like licorice.
like a Swedish fish consistency.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
It packs a lot of flavor just in that little tiny.
I've never been a black licorice fan.
Mm.
I'm still not a black licorice fan.
All right.
I feel like I have a really grumpy face. Sorry. Just like, black licorice.
But it tastes of salt in it too. That saltiness. But this next one is,
Just plain black licorice.
so it's not salted. So maybe it'll be tastier. I say you just bite it.
All right.
What do you think?
I'm going to say slightly better than the other one. I should also share, I've never been a fan of licorice. So I don't like the texture. I don't like the flavor.
I
It
like,
could be worse.
yeah, I like the texture of this more. I might finish that. I don't know. And the last thing different about Finland. It's more licorice.
But it's filled black licorice.
Lemon-filled black licorice. Number 49.
I'm not the biggest
my-
licorice fan, but a lemon one
This
could be
might-
interesting actually.
Never seen that before. I've seen black licorice before.
Maybe a tasty combination actually.
Lemon
Get some
box.
tartness, sourness from it.
I like the lemon.
Yeah, it makes a fresh.
Of all of the black licorice treats, that's the one I would choose. It's pretty good. And it's dairy-free, gluten-free,
Yeah, that's not bad.
fat-free, I think.
That's not bad. It's better than Jim. All right.
We made it through. I'm very impressed you didn't have very much time, but you found a lot of things.
I did. Some of them I felt I was stretching it, but
I sang about you overreaching, so we know that you did.
thanks for watching. In Finland, we really enjoyed the country. We hope to come back.
In our next video, we will
That was cool. Really like that. Interesting video. Very cool couple. Go subscribe to their channel. A lot of differences. I mean, a lot of those were in the hotel, and it like I've watched videos before showing things about Finnish homes that show it's living in the future. Even it shows in the hotels as well that all these very futuristic things that I've never seen. I've travelled a lot as well. I've been to a lot of different countries, stayed in a lot of different hotels. I've not seen most of those things that were in that one, so it's really, really cool. Tell me what you think about them. Again, like maybe some of these would be like as a Finnish person, maybe some of these you've never seen before as well. I don't know. Tell me if there's anything on there that you've not seen before. Tell me more about the ones I didn't know too much about. And yeah, recommend more videos about Finland. Thanks.